Hello all. This is the second video in a series on data cleaning with Python. In this video, I'm going to import a CSV file into a pandas data frame. I'll do some data exploration and also some basic data cleaning. Now, pandas is a Python library. A library is nothing but a collection of many modules which contain reusable code like functions, classes, and variables. Python has many libraries for different tasks. This particular library is used for data analysis, manipulation, and cleaning. To do this, Python provides two main data structures. For one-dimensional data, it provides a series data structure, and for two-dimensional data, like an Excel table or a CSV file with rows and columns, it provides a data structure called data frame. So data frame is a two-dimensional table-like structure in Pandas. It stores rows and columns similar to an Excel sheet or SQL table or CSV file. It is powerful for data analysis, data cleaning, and data manipulation. Now let's dive into the main content of the video. You open your Anaconda Navigator and launch a Jupyterlab notebook. If you want any help in Jupyterlab or Anaconda Navigator, you can watch my previous video. The link is provided in the description. Also, if you want to download the CSV data file, which I used in the video, you could do that from the GitHub repository link I provided in the description. So I launched a Jupyterlab notebook and navigated to the folder where I wanted. My data for analysis is in the raw data folder you can see here. I'm renaming the notebook to CSV data cleaning. The file extension is IPYNB, as you could see it. So the first thing I have to do is I have to import the pandas library. I use the command import pandas as PD. PD is just an alias name for pandas. You could give it any other name, it doesn't matter. By the way, you can only import pandas after you install pandas. Usually Anaconda comes with pandas installed. If by any chance it's not installed in your system, you could install it by using this command !space conda install pandas. Go to any cell in the notebook and type this command !conda install pandas. After that, you could import pandas as PD. After importing, you press Shift Enter to execute the cell. If there is no syntax error, you could see a small number here. You could see 1. That means the code is executed successfully without any errors. So the raw data is a climate data which has a location ID, year, month, temperature, latitude, longitude, station elevation, station, country ID, and country. So I'm importing this file into the notebook. Now, as I told you before, the tabular data is abstracted as data frame in pandas. So we call df as the data frame. Again, this is just a convention. You could use any name you want for the data frame and use a method called readCSV to import the CSV file into the pandas data frame. So pd.readCSV is the method to read CSV files into pandas data frame. After that, we should open the parenthesis and within quotations, we should give the path name for the CSV file. To get the path name, go to the CSV file, right click and copy path and paste it after the quotation marks. Now this is called an absolute path. You could also give a relative path from the directory where you have the Jupyter file by using this command. So what this command means is the period says in the same directory / go to raw data directory / in that pickup land temp sample.csv. That's the meaning of this command, which is also called the relative path. So this is how we import a CSV file into a pandas data frame. Press Shift Enter to execute it. So we could check the first 5 rows whether the data is imported or not by using the command df.head. So as we could see, the data frame contains all the data which is there in the CSV file. Now check the column names. The command is df.columns. We could see the list of all the columns in the data frame: location ID, year, month, temperature, latitude, longitude, station elevation, station, country ID, country. And you could see the D type is object. Next, let's give a subheading: import necessary libraries. I'm making it a markdown cell. If you want to know what markdown is, you could watch my previous video. Let's give another subheading: importing CSV data into a pandas data frame. After editing the cell, I'm clicking escape to come out of the cell and clicking M, the shortcut, to convert a code cell into a markdown cell. Press Shift Enter to execute the cell. Now these two are headings, and if you click here, you could see the headings and you could navigate to that particular location using this button. Next, let's do some data cleaning. Let's give a heading. I want to rename 3 of the column names. The method is df.rename, open the parenthesis, columns equal to, open the curly brackets, the name of the column name, colon, the name what you want to give to that particular column name. I want to rename this as station ID, comma, the next column name, temperature, colon, I want to rename it as avg underscore tmp, and station elevation, I want to rename it as elevation, close the curly bracket, in place equal to true. So I used in place equal to true because if you don't give this, pandas will create another data frame and do the modification. So it costs us extra memory. If you use in place equal to true, this modification is done on the same data frame. So that saves us a lot of memory. Let's execute it. So we could see now the head. You could see the station ID changed, average temperature is changed, and elevation is changed. Now I want to check the overall data at a glance, like what the data is, what the data types are, how many non-null values are there, what is the total memory of the data. All this can be checked by using the command df.info, open and close parenthesis. So df.info checks the overall view of the data. The total entries are 100,000 entries. These are the data columns. Non-null, which means the data is good, there are no null values. If you see, average temperature has 85,554 non-null values, that means the other rows are null values. Similarly, the country has 5 rows as null values. Data types are object, int, float, and the memory usage is 7.6 MB. Next, we'll check the shape of the data frame, like how many rows and how many columns are there. The command is df.shape. So we have 100,000 rows and 10 columns. Now I want to create a new column called date. I want to use the existing month column and year column to create this date column. Df square bracket and in quotations write the name of the new column is pd dot to date time. This is the method. Df year as type string plus hyphen plus hyphen plus df month as type string plus I'm taking the day as the first of every month and I'm closing the bracket. I got an error. Let's see. Okay, The method is to underscore datetime. Now let's check the head once again, the first 5 rows. You could see the new date column getting reflected in the data frame. Now let's check the statistical information of the data. What is the mean, median, mode, count, and so on. The command is df.describe, open and close parenthesis, count, mean, standard deviation, minimum 25%, 50%, 75%, max. Now this statistical information is valid only for numerical columns. If you want to check the statistical information for a specific column, let's say average temperature column, you could do that by using the command df square bracket the column name dot describe. Another alternative is df dot avg underscore temperature dot describe. Whether you use a square bracket or dot notation, both will give the same result. Next, we could check for null values by using the command df dot isNull open and close parenthesis dot sum open and close parenthesis. As we could see here, the average temperature column has 14,446 null values and country column has 5 null values. Next, I want to drop all the rows which have null values. For that, I'll use the command df.drop_na, open the parenthesis, subset equal to the columns which you wanted to check for null values. And finally, inplace equal to true. You could also give an optional parameter called how equal to any. What this optional parameter how equal to any does is it drops the rows if any of the two columns which we mentioned, average temperature or country, contains null values. If you want to drop only the rows which have null values in both the columns, then the parameter that should be given is how equal to all. Now, since this operation drops the rows, it will change the shape of the data frame. So let's check the shape of the data frame before dropping the rows. As you could see, we have 100,000 by 11. Now if we check the shape after executing the command drop na, we find the change in shape here. So this is how we could do the basic exploration and data cleaning by importing a CSV file into a pandas data frame. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.